Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here. Today I was supposed to be presenting my project for the collaboration with Creating with Jovi, which is a Celtic fantasy kit, and I was going to show you my journal. Unfortunately, due to some family situations that are happening right now in my life, I felt unable to concentrate on that project, and so I haven't got that for you today. I may still present it later in the month. I've talked with Jovi about that, and that's still an option for me to do that towards the end of the month. I'm just going to see how things pan out because I'm rather distracted, finding it hard to concentrate on a larger project, and things are still developing. So while I'm sorry, I cannot be more explicit than that about what's going on. It's just impacting my thought processes, my ability to concentrate, and at the same time I want to keep doing stuff because it distracts me from this other stuff that's going on. So I and myself, let me assure you, I and myself, I am fine, I am healthy. This is an emotional thing that's happening for me and my husband that involves another member of the family. But more than that, I cannot say at this point in time. So I didn't want to not present a video. I did think seriously about just skipping a video, but I thought I can manage just to, fluff around and do something. So if you don't mind joining me as I fluff around, we're going to do some finishing up projects. So I have here a little stack of bits and pieces from recent videos where I've done bits and pieces and not completed stuff, and it's just been piling up. This is by no means all of it, but this is the most recent stuff. So I thought, why not we just turn on the camera and pull something out and finish it up. Okay, does that sound like a plan? I hope you enjoy it. So most, if not all of this, will have a video where I do the main project like these. This is in fact, this video doesn't come out until next Tuesday. So I'm just going to put that aside because there's no point finishing those up when you haven't seen the main video. So we'll just put a hold on those. We can do those another time. Some of these may have been done on Patreon originally. Most of them are probably on my regular YouTube. But let's start off with these stack and whack tags, because I only decorated one of the ones that I made, I think. So I've got 4 here that are completely undecorated. They have been inked, they've been backed. Yes, they're all backed. They're made on file folders, so they're automatically backed. Ready to go. Just need some focal points. So what would we like to put on them? I'm thinking birds. I am. So let's grab out birds and maybe flowers. Let's grab out some labels because I most likely want some labels here and there. And numbers. And one other thing I might want to do. Oops. Avalanche. Craft a lunch. Is doily. I may want a doily bit or something. So I've got one that's already chopped into. Let's just grab that one out. Put the rest of the bag aside because I probably won't need any more than this bit if I use it at all. So let's start with the focal image and look at our birdies. So just take out the bits that we're definitely not going to probably use. Some that aren't cut out yet, some that are too large. So just removing those bits off the top. And let's see, maybe birds for them all. Ones like this aren't going to work because they are the wrong orientation. So maybe I'll keep the lid handy and just kind of put the ones that are definite nose in the lid. That's not too bad. It would need a bit of fussy cutting, as will most of these if I decide that one's too wide. Oh, that's sad. That's too wide as well. We don't want to lose his beak. That's kind of fun. I think I like it on that one. Okay, one done. I'm going to try and do this quickly and not spend too much time. I really quite like those. I'm going to put that one away because, you know, I just can't be bothered with cutting. I like these two with the colours that I've got going on in these tags, so maybe that one there. That one, it fits, but it feels like it's too constrained, so I'm going to say no to that one. There's a kiwi. He's too wide as well, as they are. So many fine little bits, it's hard to pick them up delicately without breaking them. Some of these are way too small, so I'm also just putting those in the lid so I'm not reshuffling through the same ones. There's a bird with a piece of fruit. That might be quite nice. He's too wide. He's too small, too wide. It's hard road finding the perfect bird. That one feels too small. What else can I find? There's a cartoon one of a bird. I'm not going to use him. I would prefer a real bird or an image of a real bird. They're still illustrations, they're not photographs, but they're more realistic than the cartoon. There's some more cute, colourful parrots. I don't want to use up all my colourful birds though, because I've got way more drab looking birds than I do colourful birds. Because I like this fellow, I just feel like he's a bit lost. What about this threesome? Too wide. Too wide, she cried. What about these two? That feels better. That takes up more space. Okay, so we have birds going on for all of them. I think I want, like, they're not huge birds. There's a lot of real estate there. I feel like I want a big label. So I'm looking in the Junk Journal Studios labels. This is Labels from Days Gone By Volume 2. And all in this little holder. Does that work? Don't know that it does. I like it. I love the label. I think the label's cool, but I like it better there. So we'll go with that one there. I feel like I need something straight across for this one to stand on. That's a big label. It's too big for there. What about this one? The Aloe Sign Shop. That's fun. Yep, that one can go there. Maybe that one can go up there. Something like that. Okay, yep, happy with that. Now these ones, oops, got a bent toe there. Almost feeling like book paging behind them. So just grabbing out a bit of something. there's a bit of a table there. Do we want the table or the text? The text, I think. I like that. Okay, so, and a label as well. Oops, my pile of ephemera is getting all over the show. Maybe a more straight up and down, more vertical for this. Let's see what I can find that might give me that orientation. I can't remember whether I separated these out into vertical versus horizontal or not. Often I do. There's a small vertical. It's not bad, but have we got something a bit longer? There should be bigger versions of that in here somewhere. Oh, over here maybe. Yep, there's a bigger version of it. Yep, okay, we'll put this smaller one away so we don't lose it. Oops, here we go, tuck it in there. So we've got a label on all of them. Cool. We sip of my cup of tea. My hands are so cold. It's freezing. I feel frozen. I've got singlet on, skivvy on, hoodie on. It is only just autumn, beginning of autumn, and it's cold. I went outside and it's so sunny. The wind's cold, but out of the wind it's really quite warm, and I just stood there trying to soak up as much heat as I could. But as soon as I came inside, it just vanished. It's like, no, it didn't come with me, unfortunately. Did I want doily? No. Maybe on this one. Yes, on that one. I want it on this one. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of, we'll deal with that one last because it will require just a little bit more fluffing around with. I'm using that term a lot late today, fluffing. Numbers. Let's see if we want any numbers. And then we'll get to sticking and call them done and move on, do that fourth one. Just thinking, do we want round? Round's cool, but it's too small. So go the other way and go, I like that. Okay, that's that one. Try and slide it in under there. That one's tail was actually chopped off, so I could put the label over top of the tail or the number, and that would disguise that. So I like that, and I love that these are all got different colors in them, so I can play around with using some fun colored labels. Maybe this one, so that that bird is standing on that number. Yes, I like that. Okay, we might want one for the other one, but we'll deal with that once we've done the doily. Okay, let's glue these down and ink them up too. I want to ink them up, so let's do that. So I hope you're having a great day, my friends. The day that this airs, I will be headed away on holiday at last. We planned it back in November, I think. We planned to have this time off. So it seemed like a very long time in the coming, and it's now here. And hubby's been counting down the days. He's like, we're 3/4 there. I think that was that Monday. We're 3/4 there, and then it's Tuesday. It was like we're halfway there. There's only 2 days before he's off work, and like Wednesday, which is the day I'm filming this. Wednesday is, at the end of today, will be 3/4 there. And that just leaves one more day for him to work and before we head away on holiday. So my hubby is definitely doing the countdown. I just hope that this family situation doesn't bring our plans, interrupt our plans, because it may do. We don't anticipate it will, but just prepared for the chance that it may. And then on the way home on next Thursday, when we're on our way home, we're going to call in and see my hubby's mum and dad on the way home. We were going to do it on the way on our holiday on Friday, but they've got an appointment, so we'll be doing it the following week instead. So that will be nice to pop in and say hello and catch up. Oh, we see them at least once a month, but it's always good to have an extra visit in there when we can. But let's not talk about the end of our holiday yet, because we're not even on holiday yet. And I don't want to wish it all away. I want to enjoy it as much as possible, because it's been a long time since our last break. There, and then we're just going to sit the birdie on this inside border on the label. So I'll link the Junk Journal Studios kit for these labels in the description box. Oops, just took off that glue. Oh, bother. With my thumb. I'm all dropsy. It's because my hands are so cold. And my nose is wanting to be taken care of because the cold is making it feel all drippy. And man, I was watching a YouTube video just after lunch, before I turned the camera on to do this, and I was sitting there and my eyes were getting heavier and heavier, and there might have been the odd time where they just closed just to rest them. I don't sleep during the day, so it definitely didn't nap or anything, but just my eyes felt so heavy and tired. I just had to let them close for a minute here and there. It's like, no, but I don't want to miss any of the video. So it's like fight to keep them open, and it's like, yeah, I need to actually do something, otherwise I'm just going to feel blah. If I'm doing something, I don't feel as tired as when you're just sitting and let yourself stop, and then you just feel that crushing tiredness pour on you. Or at least that's what I find anyway. Now this might need the wee corners snipped off just a little bit on either side, and that's okay. It won't affect the design. Yep. Oh gosh, and in saying that, I start yawning. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Yeah, we've had some not so great sleeps lately. It's very, very tiring. Okay, snip off just a little bit either side. Whoops, I didn't center it because there's only a small amount on one side. Okay, so that's there. Now this I wanted to kind of put under and over. So under the log or the post that they're standing on, and over the end of the tail. So let's see. Oops, get that out of my way. That's distracting. Probably drawing your eye too, since it's a little white bit. So we can bring them down a bit. There is some little white bits left in there, but I'm going to leave those and maybe just ink them a little bit. I haven't inked around the main image. I don't think I'm going to actually on this one. So put the lid on my ink for now. Right, is everything straight? Okay, I'm going to hold it there and just put glue to attach the label to the bird image so that I get it in the right place. And now over here, attach the tail to the label, to the numbers. It is essentially a label. Right, excuse me a moment, just deal with my nose. Oh, sign of winter coming. Ugh. And we have like 6 bits of firewood in the woodshed. And we had the fire going last night. That's how cold it's gone. We had the fire going. And I didn't light it. My hubby lit it. And he doesn't feel as cold as I do. And when he got home, I'd gone all day being cold and resisting lighting the fire. I burnt some rubbish, but that's all I did. But when he got home, he lit the fire, and it was like, oh. But I was so frozen, I didn't really thaw out. So I was quite grateful to go to bed where the electric blanket was on and lie there and just soak up the warmth until before I fell asleep, I turned it off. But it was like, yeah, just trying to let that warmth seep right into my bones because I was chilled. Even after the fire, I could have done with the fire being lit earlier in the day. But we've got next to no wood, so, can't burn fresh air, unfortunately. Be good if we could. It would be a whole lot cheaper. And then they'd find a way to tax fresh air, wouldn't they? Or charge for fresh air. Wouldn't that be a very sad state of affairs? The stuff of science fiction, maybe? Or apocalyptic movie. I'm sure that's probably a storyline out there somewhere. Okay, I'm not going to distress around the book page. I'm just going to glue it down. And just approximate, I don't care if it's not quite the same position as I had it. It will work. So yeah, I do appreciate you being here and keeping me company and kind of giving me a reason to distract my mind from other thoughts and things. I am disappointed that I felt unable to do the collab video for today. But by the same token, I'm pleased I made that call early enough that Jovi could come up with a different plan for my spot. Sometimes you've got to make a call early enough before you even really know whether it's necessary. And I could have pushed myself, but, there's only so much stress one needs in their life. And I just felt it was a stress that I couldn't really do right now. But I do hope my project is half done. It was looking good to have it ready for the video, but I just came to a crashing halt. I came to a crashing halt. And then I had a very, very bad sleep, and I'm still not recovered from that. And then I've had further, not quite so bad sleeps, but, still not ideal sleeps since. That's just hasn't really allowed me to catch up. Right, that I haven't considered toppers for these. Oh, we need to put this down first, but we need to position our birdies because I want this bird to be standing basically on top of the numbers, on top of the border. So I know it's normal for me to lapse into silence at times, but I felt like since we got the news last Friday, I have been more prone to lapsing into silence on a video. One, because I'm tired, and two, because my, things are never far from my brain. You can't just switch off everything else that's going on. Well, I can't. Oops, poor little broken toe. We're going to fix you. you're going to be splintered with glue to never break again. So we're doing a bit of animal rescue. We're fixing up his poor little broken toe. It's only broken because it got caught on something in my little box, which is often why I don't do the complete fussy cutting. But obviously I just did on this one, apart from a bit in between the legs. For some reason I did all the fine bits around the toes. And that's why I don't normally, because he broke a toe. Hopefully he never hurt, little birdie. Hopefully it didn't hurt. There we go. Quite a few fine bits on this, little twiggy bits and stuff, so I'm just making sure I get them all kind of smoothed down without damaging them. Just taking a little bit of extra time and care on that. To me, it feels crooked. Everything feels crooked. Did I put that label crooked? Probably, but moving on. It's fine. Embrace the wonkiness, dear. Right, let's do this fourth one. So I think it would be really pretty. This one would be pretty with a bit of doily coming down there. So I'm going to cut it with my knife, I think. So about there. I think this little birdie, it just makes it pretty. Like the bird is really pretty, and I just think it really adds something. So I will need to take off this little corner just down here, but we'll do that once it's down, so I don't end up taking too much. So again, just using my tacky glue on this because I find it easier to get around all the bits without risking life and limb on my glue stick or the doily. It's a guaranteed way to chew up a doily and chew up your glue stick. Oh my goodness. Oh, sorry. I wish you could talk back to me. It'd probably make me feel less tired. If I was engaged in a one-on-one or, you know, one-on however many of you are watching conversation, might actually help to make me feel less tired and forget that I'm tired. This is my third video I'm recording today. I think I've done fairly well, and I was up and at it early. I had my first video underway before 9 o'clock this morning, which is most unusual. Normally don't start recording till around about 10. Maybe sometimes I might get started at 9:45 or half past 9 even. But yeah, to start recording before 9, I felt like, woohoo, we're getting stuff done. So I did 2 videos. Admittedly, they were both shorter than under half an hour videos. But that felt good. And then I did some computer work that I had been needing to get done for the last week. Finally got that done before lunch. Then I had lunch, watched a YouTube video while I had lunch, and then felt like that crash come. Like, oh, I'm so tired. So yes, post-lunch crash. Came a bit early. Came at, what time did I start? About 2 o'clock or just before 2. You know, normally that post-lunch crash doesn't start really till 3, but definitely came early. And it wasn't because of the food I ate. I had chicken drumstick and vegetables for lunch. So good healthy food. Not many carbs, just the vegetables. no potato. So I can't blame like the carb loading or anything, because I didn't have a big carb loading. Straight. So I better put it straight because it says straight on the label. This one I do want to cut out this little gap here. So just take a moment to do that. Why do I do it on some and not others? Well, I don't know. Just whether I think it's going to impact the overall look or not, I guess. And what's in behind it. Do I want what's behind it peeking, or do I want what's behind it to be covered? So I guess there's a number of factors in there that lead to a decision, and it's just kind of a unconscious choice of which way to go. To actually put it into words sometimes is hard to do, because yes, it's everything that you're weighing up all at once to make the decision. And it's not until you stop and try and explain it why you do something, it's like, oh, why do I do that? Well, it's this, and oh yeah, but it's not only that, it's this. And so I find that aspect quite interesting sometimes, to stop and think why something is you choose to do or how you do it. So now we get a little bit of that text popping through that gap, and it just makes it more eerie. I'm not going to ink around him. And same thing with the inking on, sometimes I don't. It's just like, one, is it necessary? Two, is it going to enhance? Because if it's not going to enhance, there's no real point in taking the time or the supply, because every bit of inking you do uses up a bit more of your ink pad. So, you know, things to consider. A doily is a lovely way to elongate the decoration as well, without using a taller image. So that, and let's look at a number. We do have numbers there. Maybe a word might be better on this one, but yeah, I'm thinking a word might be better. So let's have a look at my stamped words. Looking for a bigger one, maybe vertical, although that's not bad. Let's see if we can find a vertical one in here. I need to do more stamping. I haven't actually got a huge amount. It's too tall. We've got any other options? Got Make-A-Wish. No. It's a different Make-A-Wish. Different paper. No. That's too tall. Wild. It kind of draws in the pink from here and the pink up here. But no. No, it's not making me happy. That's quite nice, but it's a little small, I feel. Surprise. No. Beauty is everywhere. That's a possibility. Let's try that. This one's not stamped very well, so I'm going to just throw that one away at the top. Feels like a bit of book page, I think. Coloured book page. It's a creamy colour. Yep, let's go with that. More because of the size and the fact the green plays into this green, this green. I've actually inked this with green, and then there's a green marshmallow, whatever it is, thing there, so it kind of draws in those greens. So I will ink around it though. So it's going to feel good to finish some of these off anyway, at the very least, and have your company while I do it. I could have finished them off on an evening, you know, just sat here and played, but I'm always doing something, prep work for another video or project, or fussy cutting for a design team project, or, you know, catching up on my journaling, which I've neglected all through February. Didn't do a single iota of journaling in February, but I'm back onto it for March. Struggling to get back into the routine, but I'm quite determined that I want to. So I am making an effort and using the prompts from February and June for prompt week to help sort of bring that regularity back to my journaling habit. If you don't know about the prompts, check her out on Instagram. They are fabulous prompts. So let me just show you as a wee aside. So this is the journal that I made to do for February and March. Well, this is it for February. That is one page on, and a label off a coconut oil jar that I liked, so I peeled it off and stuck it in. That is February. There's actually no writing, no journaling, nothing. So then this was the first day of March, second day of March. Went for a wee walk on the beach, took a photo of us. This happened to end up being a blank page that kind of is labelled the 3rd, but I got myself so mucked up. I miscounted my days, so I'll set it right from now on. And then this is Monday of prompt week, and this was the first prompt. Try drawing something from your day in your journal. So I drew a muffin that I made. So that's Mondays. I still haven't done Tuesdays, and it's Wednesday today, so do that today, because doing them the day after is helpful, because then you've got the whole day to know what happened and what you want to write about. So apart from mucking up the order of my journal and making a little bit of a moment, it's not going too badly. Okay, so we have done those 4 stack and whack tags. Let's pop those to the side. We'll have a little look at the end to go over. How are we going on time? Oh, we've got a little bit. We haven't got heaps, but we've got a little bit. What else do we want to finish up? Some of these are going to take longer to do. How about this belly band here? That's another stack and whack one. I think this one was on Patreon, I think. I can't remember. Don't ask me. Go check my playlists. But anyway, the belly bands that I did of these, most of them were fine as is, but this one I felt needed something added. And it needs to be a little bit taller. Don't think any of the flowers I've got are going to do the trick. So I'm going to grab out my gardening book here and look for a tall, that could possibly work. Look for a tall flower you might want to use. That's narrow enough as well. Tall but narrow. Would this one fit? That one would fit. But I think these ones are easier to cut out. That one might work. And it's not got anything else on the other side. It's a daylily. Let's try that one. Just throw that one back in there. Just going to roughly trim out here so that I preserve the flowers on the side for something else. Okay, and my wee scissors, and let's try, and I'm going to leave a border around this because I'm not going to go in, yeah, no, not going to happen. So I'm going to leave a little bit of a border, like a stick border. No, I mean a sticker border. That kind of white line effect. And try and do it as quickly as possible and hope that it actually works on my belly band. It'd be very disappointing to go to this effort and then go, oh, it doesn't actually look that great. Doing this kiss cut type technique also allows you to go a little bit faster. Remove some of the pressure one feels of keeping to the line and not cutting into the image and making a muck up. It's a lot more forgiving. Also gives you more space on the spindly bits, makes them a little bit more robust and less likely to tear off. So I've been needing to do this, finish it up for quite some time. And as I said, I'm starting with the newer stuff. I've got a whole ice cream container of stuff that needs to be finished up. That's from well over a year ago. Every now and then, if I need a base, I might grab something from it, but it's away from my desk, and so I've actually got to remember it's there to go grab it. And often I just forget. It's the way for the crafter. If you put it away and then it's out of sight, out of mind, until you're looking for something, or you know, and then you come across it, or you go rummaging, or you're doing a tidy up and it's like, oh, that's right, I've got those. So all these bits I've had floating around my desk, so they have definitely been front and center in my thinking and in my way. I think that's the key to finishing these things, is keep them in your way, and then at some point you're just going to go, I need to deal with these because they're annoying me. Here's my tip for the day. Keep them hanging around and eventually they'll annoy you so much you'll deal with them. Is that going to work? Sometimes. Probably not as often as it should, or that we'll let it. We'll just power on and keep piling it up until we have crafter lunches, like I do quite frequently. Right, let me just get rid of these little itty bits. Don't like a cluttered work surface normally, and that's part of the problem in the evenings when I put everything on the chair when I'm doing a video, and during the day beside me, that's my husband's chair, but I've got to clear it back onto my desk when he comes home. So then I'm constrained literally to the size of this mat, because in front of me is all piled up with stuff that I've moved from his chair, and that just feels too much sometimes. I feel like I can't move and it puts me off wanting to do anything. I'm not going to do all these white spaces, but I think I just want to do this biggest space here. Give it a bit of air in the middle. I'll probably do this and then think, oh, but now I want to do the rest because it's all obvious. I can guess my own whims, but I'm going to resist. I'm just going to do this bigger bit, I think. There's another yawn, I apologise. Yeah, no, I'm happy with that. Just that little bit there is fine. Do I want to ink around it? Yes. I was fighting hard then, going, no, I don't need to ink around it. No, it's all good. And then it's the last moment, it's like, no, I am. Yes, I am inking. A little bit tricky around all the spindly bits. I could have trimmed some of those off, but I quite like them. I like the look of them. And they add some fullness to the image. So I left them in and around the inside of this little cutout. Very carefully so I don't break anything. And then I'm just going to give it a little brush over those remaining white spaces, just to blend them in a little bit more, just with whatever residual ink is on the brush, so it's not like in your face, like dark brown in between. It's just toning down that white. Okay, so we've got a little few ins and outs here to glue. I'm not going to put any book page or anything behind. I could have tried a bit of doily, but no, I think it's fine just with the image. We may add a label or numbers or word or something as well. Oh my goodness. I can't stop yawning. I think after I've done this video, this is my target. Up until we leave on holiday, I want to get 3 videos recorded a day. This is my 3rd one today. So I think after I've finished up with this one, I might go out in the sun with my book, I think, and warm up and do some reading. So I'll be doing a lot of reading on holiday, but I think my body is telling me that I just like it needs a break. And I don't think it's going to hold out till Friday without having a bit of downtime in between. So I'm quite happy I've got my 3 videos done. I've got some printing I need to do because I need to take some away on holiday to do fussy cutting for my next Rach and Bella Crafts collaboration. So I need to get that done as well. Always plenty to do, but I'm sure I can spare half an hour, maybe even an hour outside in the sun. Get some good old vitamin D into me. I'm on vitamin D supplements, but there's no real, it's not real. You know, supplements, there's no, what am I trying to say? There's nothing like the real thing. That's what I'm trying to say. Gosh, that was hard to get out. Just that tiredness at playing. It's been a bigger of a thing being tired. Right. Oh, this one's quite fun. Do we want to pop this label at the top? It's a fun shaped one. Or at the bottom. Actually, I quite like it at the bottom there. This kind of covers over the blunt end of the stalks there. So that one there, and then maybe we want numbers or a word at the top because there's, you know, it's a little bit plainer at the top. Or do we put this at the top and then numbers at the bottom? Before we commit to gluing, let's try, because I think it probably makes more sense to have the label at the top. It's a little bit long. It goes onto the lace. I feel like that's more dominant than that. We need something a bit more subtle. This one's a long one, but we could trim off the ends. Tuck it under the lace maybe. Yeah, I like that one better. Okay. not going to ink around it because it's got a black border and it's on coffee dyed paper. So just going to tuck it under the lace there. Like that, and then pop this one up the top, and this is done. So we didn't do any great big strokes, but we got 5 pieces finished, and I'm happy with that because I'm ready to call this video done. My book, the sun, and a fresh hot cuppa is calling to me, that's for sure. Okay, cool. So let's have a look at what we did. So we've done this belly band. Let's hold it up. So all using the stack and whack technique for the bases. If you haven't heard of that, I do have a public video on it. And also I learned it from Gail Augustinelli. So you can go watch her video on it if you like. So that one. This one. Oops, I have 2 there. No, 2 in my other hand. I've got glue sticking on my fingernails. It's really distracting. Get some of it off. And then this one. I haven't done toppers as I said, but I'm not sure that I'll put toppers in that one. I can always do that when I put it in a journal if I decide it needs a topper or a hole or something. So I hope you enjoyed joining me for this finish it up video. 5 bits done, barely a dent in what I need to get caught up on, but it's a start. Have a great weekend, my friends. There's a video tomorrow on the Marguerite Miller Challenge, and at this point there is 1 or 2 gaps next week, but hopefully tomorrow I can get videos recorded to fill all those gaps. But if they're not there, go watch something else. Okay, friends, have fun, take care, and I'll be back soon. Bye.